Hi, and thank you for joining me. Today I will be playing a bit with a new stamp set that I recently got, and this is by Simon Says, and it's called Artful Flowers. It has all these outline stamps, also the full stamp for the flowers, the centers, and the stamps, and also two beautiful sentiments. I don't know what it is about this stamp set that I love so much. I just adore it. So I will be using this today, and in particular this flower right here. Here I have a piece of some kraft cardstock, and this is basil kraft cardstock. I will be using two distress paints to color my flowers, and I will do this with my water brush, but it is empty, and I'm using this because it's the only one that I have with such a fine tip. I also have a bit of water, but just a little bit. I won't be needing it too much. And this is just a plastic thingy where I will put my paint. First I'm gonna stamp my flowers, and I'm just gonna stamp it all across this piece of kraft cardstock, sorry. So I'm just gonna, I don't know how much of this cardstock I will be using, so probably I will trim down in the end, but I'm just filling in and do like a background. I'm gonna zoom in a bit, and I chose the distress paints just because these are such beautiful vibrant colors, and I wanted to color some dark cardstock, and I couldn't do it with markers or watercolors, so I'm just gonna use this is the crepe pistachio, and I'm just putting a bit down here and a bit of the squeezed lemonade. So I'm just taking my water brush and grab a bit of the color, and as I said, my water brush is empty. Adding a bit more of the yellow, just because I want my colors to be more intense. Okay, so I'm just cleaning my brush to the side and drying it really well, and now I can go in with the other color. You can see how vibrant these colors are. These paints are actually on top of color cardstock, and that's what I wanted to do today. And I really love these colors. You can also emboss the outline of the flower with some white powder. I think that would look great also. Haven't tried that yet. Now if my brush gets too dry and can't pull the color anymore, like here on this flower, I will just grab just a bit of water, tiny bit of water, so I can move the paint around. You can also try to use both colors on the flower, and I will try to do this on this petal right here. Just grabbing a bit of that yellow and try to mix both colors where they meet. Try to blend them just a bit so that I don't have any defined lines between the colors. So here are my flowers all colored. Now while I was coloring this, I kept thinking about the center of the flowers, and I was undecided if I should use stickles or a white gel pen. So I chose in the end the white gel pen, and I will just quickly color all these centers in. I'm gonna go in and stamp a couple of these centers and color those in also with white gel pen, just to fill in some of the areas. I have here another stamp set by Simon Says, and I believe this was included in one of the winter kits. And, I will be using the sentiment and also this long strip. I have here my Misty and some black cardstock, and I just want to make a border. And just because the Misty has that matte underneath, I can get a nice impression when I stamp. I'll be inking this with some Versamark. And I will be adding some white powder. And this is the Ranger Super Fine White. And I will be trimming this out. Now for my sentiment, I'm grabbing a piece of this vellum, and as I said, we'll be using this Thinking of You, and I will be embossing the sentiment also. I have here a circle die, and here is my circle, and I have my strip. I also have a very thin strip of black cardstock. So I'll first adhere this with some adhesive tape. Next, I'm gonna glue down these two pieces. And I'm gonna trim off this piece of the circle. I will be using some foam tape to adhere this, and actually I will use some kraft foam. So once again, I'm using the same adhesive tape. And I will add more adhesive to this side. And now I can add my black strip. I will add just some dots of glue where the sentiment is, where the big letters are. Just gonna put this block down and let it dry. I'll be adding a bit of shimmer with my Wink of Stella. And now I can trim the excess off. If you can see the shimmer here on the flowers, and I also added a bit onto this strip. I will add just a couple of clear sequins, and I'm using the Ranger Multimedium Matte. I don't know if I should, but I will be adding some dashed lines around the circle, and hopefully this won't make this layout to be too busy, but it feels like the circle just needs something extra. So at this point I'm really calling it done. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.